Hello. Oh, are we live? Hello there. First off, apologies to the YouTube goblins who came to the stream at 7:45 a.m. this morning. I accidentally scheduled the stream 4 hours or 3 and some hours before I meant to. Whoopsie daisy. But now we are live. At least I had the day right. Ooh, actually, what am I doing now? Okay, I'm recording. I am streaming. I assume I'm live on both places.
Greetings.
Hello, hello. Can't confirm that you are live. Did I mess up on Twitch? Seem to be live on YouTube anyway. Maybe I'm getting trolled by Twitch chat. You are alive. That is true. That's not exactly the same as live. What are the rules of this challenge? I can't go to town unless I am absolutely forced to, but mainly it's like I can't use any of the services in town, so I can't buy stuff, I can't repair, I can't use my stash. Yeah, I can only visit town for quests, but importantly, only mandatory quests, so no side quests. And today I do have my Pepsi, so no microwaved tea today. I'm also gonna try and speak to not get so excited. I'm gonna be more monotone, so I don't wear out my voice. We'll see how that goes. As soon as an Ort rune drops, I know I'm gonna jump up and down in my chair. What are you doing with Kane in a hidden corner? I tried to hide, but Deckard Kane is how do you say? He's clearing my position.
Good to see you.
How exciting! I'm not a streamer. That's a way to stand out, right? Can we speak with traders to heal? No, we can't speak with anyone except absolutely mandatories. For example, when we did Act 1, the only time we could speak to anyone was to speak to Wariv to go to Act 2 after we killed Andariel. We couldn't speak to Akara to get the Den of Evil quest reward, to heal, to buy stuff, to buy potions obviously, or to respec. We couldn't speak to Kasha, so we never got a mercenary, because that is not strictly required. So only if it is absolutely...
Hello.
Like, the only reason I'm talking to NPCs at all is that otherwise the challenge would be dead after Andariel. And of course that means... Let's go out of town. This feels more comfortable. This of course means that inventory management and like potion management is a bit of a big part of this stream series. Oh, yeah, that's right. We found a wand of lower resistance, the last thing that happened last stream. Mr. Lama was asking how to have the microphone further away from him. Maybe you could help him. This is how you do it. So the microphone is here, right? So you simply remove yourself from this microphone. It's a little bit awkward to play like this. You can see my earphones are stretched and I have to like reach out to grab the keyboard and mouse. But you know, you can make it work if you really want to. So we are Hobo, the level 69 Amazon. 25 unspent stat points, lots of vitality, Some dex, some strength. Something I was asking early on was that should I put strength and dex in order to wear better javelins, or like javelins that have higher stat requirements? And I think we, somewhere along the way, it just never happened. So I could probably dump this in vitality, but I haven't yet. Let's do a full gear check. I've been pretty bad at doing that because I have on the top of the chat I got a link where you can see all my gear, but it's good for, I'm not sure if this is turning into a video, but if it does, it's of course good to have periodic gear checks because I don't have that link. And also for the VOD viewers actually. Hello VOD viewers, hope you are well. I mean, a lot of people watch my streams as VODs only, and they can't really access that in real time, so I should really get better about doing that. Though, realistically, what are the odds that I will remember that? Holy moly, this gear, it's pretty great, right? Especially the javelin. I don't have any bots, so there's no bot commands. But it should be pinned at the top of the chat. Yeah, all gold is useless. That is true. We pick it up because we're a loot goblin, true. And also because, you know, auto pickup makes it so it's sometimes more work to not pick up the gold. There's a guy on YouTube with very few views, with very few videos, who just finished 5,000 council runs on Diablo 2 version 1.07. Nice. I've been a time traveler in the past. I've been like going back, playing old patches in OG D2. I don't anymore because now I mostly play for the channel. But I think 1.07 is a really nice patch. Are they looking for anything specific? Like, I know there are some items in 1.07 that are ridiculously good and also very different from modern items. So is he like looking for some particular item or trying to make a rune word that you can't get in like 1.14 or whatever we are at? I'm playing on OG Diablo 2 on normal, looking to find some gear. What's a good spot? I can't actually help you with that because I'm not very good at the OG. I assume you mean non-Lord of Destruction. And in that case, I don't really know. But I've been really wanting to get to play some classic on the channel. Either, like you're doing, go back to OG D2, maybe even an early patch, or just play classic in Resurrected. So that'll probably be a future stream sometime. Well, it can't be a present stream because I'm streaming something else right now, and it can't be a past stream, so obviously it's a future stream.
Impossible.
Great Pylum. Can I wear that? 88 dex. I can. Is this finally gonna be the self-repair javelins? Can we go back to back? Like, before I identified this, I said that let's go lower resist charges, and we got it. Can we go for self-repair? Alright, it didn't happen. Well, still 58 more javelins. Your stream could be a bit louder. May I suggest turning up the volume? Or do you mean any particular part of the stream, like the game or the voice? Speaking of audio, I could put on some background music. I always turn it off when I record offline, like off stream, because I had music in editing then. But now it's fun to have some background noise. Why do you look so different than I imagined based on your voice? I'm actually voice minimizing. I'm trying to not sound as handsome as I am in real life to trick my opponents so they underestimate me. I don't have a real answer for you. I didn't pick my voice or my appearance. I guess I picked my appearance, like what shirt I'm wearing. So right now we're just going around killing stuff, opening some chests. I'm having a bit of an internal, not conflict, but like, actually this looks like a throwing spear. I didn't recognize it by name, but it looks like a throwing weapon. Ooh, 80 strength. Well, we're really close. I would not be opposed to going up to 80. Your voice actually threw me off. I thought you were Indian the first time out. I've had some comments about about that, thinking that I was Indian based on my voice. And that surprised me, because I always thought I am very solidly Swedish in my pronunciation. But you are not alone. Okay, what are we doing? We are... Well, then we actually have a decent amount of javelin, so we could probably go for Travencall, or actually we probably need to go... Oh, yeah, that's right, we didn't even do the Flayer Dungeon. Ooh. At least you have the right level for this. It's your profile pic that's misleading. Oh, so you're saying that you thought I was actually a yellow goblin? It's got the massive Swinglish accent. Does it surprise you that I am trying to hide my accent when I do videos? Not so much when I stream, then it's hard, then you know, you get what you get. So this isn't even my final form of Swinglish. Ooh, 7 FRV. I think it takes up too much space. The wand. Oh. Thank you, chat. Whoops. Imagine. So I guess that's the kind of stream it's gonna be today. Scatterbrain Deluxe. Have you ever died in such a bad spot you couldn't retrieve your gear? Oh yeah, plenty of times, both on stream and off stream. Like sometimes I get a bit impatient and I think to myself, alright, this is such a grind and next part is gonna be tough as well. So let's try and run past some monsters to get to the next area and then we can slow down again. And then like if you die in the middle of a pack in hell, it's basically impossible to retrieve your gear. But as long as you don't die enough times that your original body despawns, I'm actually not sure if that is even a thing anymore. But like if you save and exit the game, you get your body back in town. Only the first body you drop though, that's important to note. Ooh, Valkyrie, nice. Well, she's a tanky one. I've lost my gear to dying too many times when I was a kid. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, I have definitely lost my gear completely Not that many times, but a few times for sure. Okay, let's use these next. I guess you could consider going around, you know, mindlessly killing enemies as wasteful, since I have limited javelins, but, you know, I'm not that worried about it, because especially now that we have access to lower Kurast, if we completely screw ourselves, there's plenty of chests in lower Kurast that we should be able to find some type of javelin from, or craft a pair. So let's find this waypoint, and then I guess we'll go back to the Flayer Jungle, look for the dungeon. So I'm not that worried about Travinko. I'm also not that worried about Mephisto. But I am kind of worried for the sewers and the Flayer Dungeon.
Overburdened.
By the way, I enjoyed your full energy run. Oh, thank you. I'm very happy with how that turned out. And I'm pretty happy with that series overall. Not only has it done well on YouTube, but it was a fun, like, very straightforward, but still interesting set of challenges. Though I have been getting a lot of comments. I thought I was done with the stat challenges, but there was some amount of comments that were like, what do you mean you're done? You still have no stats left. And I was like, oh, are you sure?
I can't carry anymore.
Well, not anytime soon, but perhaps that is something for the future. I have... You know what, let's, in the grand scheme of things, or, I'm not sure why I said that. What I meant is that now that I doubled my mana pool, not only do my healing from potions improve, but also my passive mana regen is a lot quicker now. So if I summon the Valkyrie, you can see I regen mana pretty quickly actually. So I don't think I need to have that many mana potions. And also got good opportunity to remove 4 regives from my inventory. So I think I don't need as many mana potions with this big mana pool. How would no stats even work? Yeah, basically, yeah, like Dark Age says, you would need a lot of charms to get your first piece of gear. And then I assume you would need to dedicate a lot of gear slots to strength. And also probably pick a very gear-independent character. Though a stat challenge is of course more interesting with a gear-dependent challenge. With a gear-dependent character. Holy... Javelins, Batman. 36, wow, that's not very many. 161 ED, but I don't really care about the physical damage. Actually, whatever, it's fine. The easiest would be something with summons. Yeah, that's probably right. But if you were to, for example, if you were to go all out, full on like summon Necro, I don't think it would be a very interesting video. Like I would struggle to find interesting moments if I were to do a no stat challenge with a summon Necro. But it would probably be the best, like objectively the best
I can't carry anymore.
character. But you know, at least when I do them, like the challenges aren't... Maybe I should stop calling them challenges, call them playthroughs, because really, I don't really care that much about the difficulty. Like, difficulty is interesting, but it's not like mainly about can you actually do this. It's about, you know, this is an interesting playthrough with like meaningful decision making and, you know, fun, odd situations where you need to do some unusual strats or something. Then I think it's a fun challenge and a fun video. Here we go. Also, before I fly away, I'm gonna scroll up in the chat and see, because I asked something about the volume, but then I never really read the rest. It's an AI avatar. Yeah, my YouTube avatar is an AI generated Goblin image that I like. When I started the channel, or when I started doing Diablo content, I was like, oh, I need some kind of image, and then I whipped it together super quickly, and then I never got around to making something more interesting or more proper. And it's still on my list to do, but at the same time, like now I can't completely change, right? Because that is my avatar. But like I guess I can trace over it and draw it a little cleaner. He used AI, cancel him. Oh no. Don't tell anyone, this stays in the stream. Are you a fan of Warhammer, Zarfen? Will you be checking out Dawn of War 4 or Total War 40k? I will be checking out Total War 40k. I have like 200 hours in Total War Warhammer 2, or maybe it was the first one. I am a fan of Warhammer, but I'm not like a player. I used to own some minis when I was younger. So I am a fan, but not, how do you say, I'm not an active fan, or like I'm not participating in the hobby, and I'm not playing all of the Warhammer games, and I don't know the lore that well, but I am a fan. No, Banana is fairly good at keeping consistency of images. Who's that? Or who's that? I was about to say. Or what is that? Is that some kind of? Oh, is that a generative thing? Now I failed my let's keep calm and relax to save the voice part. But what I always imagined was that I would draw something myself, because I mean my channel emojis are drawn by me, and they're not like they're not super professional or pretty, but I think they have a certain, you know, janky charm to them. So I thought I could maybe draw over my current one and just tidy it up a bit, but I haven't gotten around to it. Right, actually I have an idea. Instead of going here, why don't we backtrack
Good day to you, partner.
into the Flayer Jungle from this place? Because there were a lot of choke points the other way, right? Thank you, Tiago, for the Prime sub. Thank you for the support. Alright, we'll see how I feel when we get into the dungeons, but so far I'm feeling pretty good about the status of this character. Like, midway through last stream, I was starting to feel really like, ooh, it didn't feel great. It was a struggle through some parts of the jungle. But like the Kurast areas are very smooth. Have you given your thoughts on the potential Detour updates coming? Oh, right, Corman. Yeah, there was a announcement of a future announcement, or how you want to phrase it, where they said, like, it's the 30th anniversary of Diablo, and we are blah 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 bringing new stuff to all the games, and it was a lot about Diablo 4, but they specifically said, and I thought this was really funny, like they were trying to make up for what they did last time, but they were like, and even for Diablo 2 Resurrected, like they specifically mentioned, like, we promise guys, something's going on this time. So what that means to me is that we are getting something more than just, you know, this ladder resets and we fixed a bug on the like Vietnamese version of the game or something. It was like that once, like the whole announcement was ladder reset and we fixed a bug in one specific language of the game, and it was like, oh, thank you. But now they specifically said that there was something for Diablo 2.
Anymore.
And actually, well, now I can't go to town, but I showed it on some stream. You know, in your stash now, they have squished the shared stash tabs together. So there is like room for 2 more, or I should reverse it. So there's room for 2 more stash tabs in the shared stash. So there's a lot of speculation that there might be some new stash tabs coming, but I have no idea what they are going to reveal. And I also don't want to get my hopes up. Like, no offense to anyone, but on the comments of the announcement of the announcements, people were
I am overburdened.
hoping for big things like new content, new items, change of uniques, changing rune words, and like that's probably not gonna happen, right? Some stackable runes would be awesome. Stackable, stacking runes and gems. If we get that, I'm super happy. You know, we'll see. I don't really want to speculate too much on stuff like that. But it's cool that they did say that something's happening. What do you guys think? Hey, Gotenheim. Jimmy mentioned that he played with them in Season 1. That's a good sign. The Diablo 4 people, I wonder if they even played the game themselves. Goddamn, I finally managed to catch a stream of yours. You single-handedly brought me back to Detour during a hard time in my life last year. Thanks for the content. Oh, I'm glad I could help with that. Hope you're enjoying the game. A timeless classic. Well, speaking of not being able to retrieve my body, I feel like I will, if I fight through all the soul killers, I'm just gonna waste so much ammo. So I'm gonna do something a little bit sketchy and try to run. The problem is that I don't even have a town portal, and I guess I should avoid going to town, so I can't really escape if I get in a bad position. But this is basically the perfect situation. Like, I run past something, the Valkyrie stays behind and keeps them occupied, and then there's a patch of no enemies. Ooh,
Good day to you,
poison
partner.
immune, big frog. So last time we were in this area, we only got red frogs, which are fire frogs. Now we have poison frogs. So I was not completely off when I was a bit confused by the frogs not being poisonous. Where are we going though? I guess this direction. I guess we never found the dungeon itself, so I'm not exactly sure where we're going. Oh, that's a nice resummon of the Valk. I'm gonna check up here first. Though it looks like I probably need to go downwards, yeah. Let's take a loop around. And then I'll also check out the chat in a bit. Just trying to survive for now. Oops, I drank a potion. I meant to summon it up. What an odd looking map. If I get a bit of space to... Ooh, that's a really unfortunate and strange map. I'm kind of trapped here now. Oh, no. Oh, actually, the Flayers are cold immune. Alright, so there are Flayers and Soul Killers. Okay, that was very lucky that the Flayers were the ones on the bridge and not Soul Killers. Ooh, alright. Alright. There's no escaping from this. That didn't work out. Nice to see you have more than 200 HP thinking of your Necro challenge. Yeah. We're adding microtransactions. Unfortunately, I don't think you are 0% chance of being right. I think that there is a real... like, if they would add something like stash tabs or something, I think it's very likely that you would have to pay for them. Alright, that sucked. But it's what... I spoke to Ormus, but more importantly, I almost went to buy potions from him. So actually, running like that is very stupid, because there's no way to easily regain potions. Use decoy, decoy, decoy. Yeah, I'm electing to not use decoy. The ads just keep coming. I thought I set it to the lowest option on Twitch. Okay, I can't find the setting. Maybe not the lowest, but a low one. I didn't really think about that I'm not able to buy potions. Because I was playing another character for a video this morning. And then, you know, that was a normal playthrough. So I didn't really consider it. Thank you, Bawa VR, for the Prime sub. And also, Jose Marino. Thank you guys for the support. Well, as long as we have lower Kurast, we can probably recoup. As long as we have lower Kurast and at least like 2 javelins, we can recoup our potions and resources. If I had paid a little bit closer attention and saw that that we had Flayers in the Flayer Jungle now, and that they were cold immune rather than poison immune a bit earlier, I maybe could have not been so aggressively running and tried to kill more stuff. But like last time, we only got Soul Killers, so every single ranged Flayer type enemy was poison immune. My connection onto Twitch is sus at the moment, so that might have something to do with this. Oh yeah. The last few times I've been on Twitch, they really give you a lot of ads when you join a stream. And as far as I can tell, you have very little control over the starting ads as a creator. But I'm also a big Twitch noob. There might be some options. Decoy is not bugged. Oh, it's 100% bugged. Decoy is absolutely bugged. It also utilizes your passive skills, but it is absolutely
I need mana.
bugged as well.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken
My
camp.
javelin broke, but like the last one didn't even shoot out javelin. Thank you, grandson, for gifting a sub to Daliden. Thank you for the support. Top form as always. Well, it was a calculated gamble, and it didn't work out. Hello, Zarfen, I'm a big fan. Thank you, welcome, welcome. Oh, maybe Paladin, maybe they will fix decoy. Imagine if they are releasing a proper patch, like we're fixing decoy, we're fixing bash, we are... what else? What else would be a good fix? We're fixing aura stacking, a change no one asked for. We are bringing back e-bugging armors in the cube. I think the announcement said that, like, the announcement of the announcement said that the announcement was happening on February 11th, I believe.
I can't carry anymore.
Actually, I had the perfect wish. What if they add loot goblins to Diablo 2? Like, or treasure goblins, I guess they are officially called in Diablo 3. It wouldn't fit the atmosphere or theme of the game at all, so I don't think it's a good idea. But personally speaking, it would be nice to see some representation in the game. Treasure goblins, but only in the cow level. I'll settle for that. That would surely get me to do the cow level more often. Like, people often ask me why I never go to the cow level in my challenge runs. Or in the videos, and I don't really know. Well, a lot of time it is simply because, like, if I play a melee character that is not super strong, the cow level is actually really difficult. Because there are so many cows and they are very small, like they have a very small footprint on the tiles, or however to phrase it, so you can really get surrounded by a lot of them at once. Alright, should we try another run through, or should we try to fight? They could make them more thematic. Oh, yeah, that's true. I was, like, in my mind, they just took the Diablo 3 Goblin and put it in Diablo 2, but of course they wouldn't need to do it like that. We already have a loot Goblin, True. Are we going until 4 today? More or less. Maybe a little earlier. I believe they add a new act. Who knows? That's gonna be... I don't think that's happening, but maybe. Or actually, I'm 100% sure they're not adding another act, because if they did add another act, it would surely be an expansion that you would have to buy. They should let you have all 4 golems at the same time. Oh yeah, I agree, Cho. They did change it with the druid, so you can have all the wolves and the bear at the same time, which was a great change, and I mean, the summoning druid isn't super OP all of a sudden because of that change. But that would be really cool. I would really like to be able to use all golems at once. If that happens, you can be sure that Golem Necro is gonna be my first new challenge after the update. Wow, that is... okay, that's better damage. I guess the first one maybe didn't hit with the bolts. Do you have Pepsi Max today? I do. That's why I'm in such a jolly mood. Yeah, but Summon Echo is already very strong. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that's fair. That they don't need to buff the Summon Echo. But the thing is that even if they would allow you to have all 4 golems at the same time, I don't think that there is gonna, like, it's not gonna impact the classic Summon Echo that much. Like, sure, it would be very nice to have the Clay Golem for slow and the Iron Golem with some expensive rune word in it at the same time. But I'm actually not sure how big of a difference it makes to the build, since it's mostly about corpse explosion and skeletons anyway, right? And I think in Project Diablo 2, when I played it in like 2019 or 2017, I think they made it so that you can have like 5 clay golems at the same time, but you can't have different types of golems, or at least not when I played it, but you could have multiple of each golem. So they were definitely better. But like, I don't think they're gonna change any classes. Like, they could do something like that you can have all the golems at the same time or something, but I don't think they're gonna revamp anything. Okay, I did find a portal, so well, pause the challenge for 1 minute. I just want to show what I talked about before. If you go to the stash, you can see they squished the tabs, so there are room for 2 more stash tabs here. So I think the speculation that we're getting some kind of additional tabs is absolutely reasonable, I think. Though the question is it simply 2 more shared stash tabs, or is it like a rune tab and a, I don't know, a key tab? Yeah, it could also, Smokasi, that could also be something, because the Chinese version of the game did already have some update, I think. So it could be that we're only getting that, and I think then it was like you can buy 2 more stash tabs and some other microtransaction thing. I will see though. February 11th, so in like 1 week? No, less than 1 week. Guys, what's 11 minus 6? It's 5. So it'll be a midweek announcement. Oh, and actually I meant to get this out of the way at the start of the stream. But there won't be any streams next week. And I mentioned that like explicitly, so you know that I have not disappeared for a month again. It is a planned hiatus this time. So next week, no streams, but I'll be back the week after. Oh, actually, I guess that means I will not have the opportunity to like live stream and react to the announcement thing. That's a bummer. I'm sure plenty of other people will cover it. No, Blizzard, please don't sink into the dark pit or like the dark hole of microtransactions. Yeah, Blizzard would never. Not my Blizzard. I was watching a really good video by Noah Cadwell Gervais, I think that's his name. And the video is titled, "How many clicks does it take to get to the center of Diablo?" Or "How many clicks does it take to finish Diablo?" Anyway, I thought it was a very good video essay on like the Diablo franchise as a whole. And he really, especially that thing, like the dark patterns of microtransactions, and especially in the case of Diablo Immortal, and also Diablo 4 to some extent. The like the notion of designing the whole game with microtransactions in mind. And I thought it was a really good, like, very interesting, very well put together video that I can wholeheartedly recommend if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And it covers all the Diablo games to some extent, or to a pretty deep extent actually. Man, these guys are stressing me out so much. I guess I shouldn't talk about, like, not directly relatable things as I'm fighting poison immune enemies, but sometimes the brain does what the brain wants. Yeah, I'm trying to create a little bit of peace and quiet here in the corner. Or maybe I finished that train of thought. Phew. Right. Wednesday night for us. Interesting. Interesting to put it in the middle of the week. I want a uniques collection tab for Grail runs. Oh, that would be sweet, medium long. I'm not sure how they would implement that though, actually. It would be a very long tab, but that could be pretty cool. Just a stackable standard of heroes. But it will just end up being 2 regular tabs. Likely. I mean, if they do more tabs and stackable runes and gems, I would be very happy. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. Are you allowed to do stuff in town while you turn in quests? No, I'm not allowed to do anything that is not strictly mandatory. So I'm not even allowed to do optional quests. Like, I can't exchange the jade figurine for the golden bird and then for the potion of life because it's not mandatory. So when I said except forced, it's only that sometimes you need to talk to someone to travel to the next act. How much hopium are you on right now? I think I am on a bit of hopium. And I think that there are people who have way higher hopes than I have. And I fear they will be very disappointed. Fire immune? I can deal with fire immune. Oh, her spear has knockback. That's pretty cool. I just need to check if I am actually on players 1. I'm pretty sure I am, but yeah, I was. But like the soul killers eating almost a full plague javelin feels off. Y'all need to stop being such a bunch of pessimists. The pessimism in the D2 community is getting quite irritating. Interesting point of view. I'll stop being... for the first off, I don't think I'm being pessimistic at all. But I'll believe we get major things when I see it. Like, you realize they have made announcements like hinting at stuff to come before, right? Or like we're announcing the new season next week, and then there's like nothing. Do I have one more stack, right? I do. Okay. I'm a little bit worried at this rate. I probably don't have enough javelins to make it into level 3 of the Flayer Dungeon. I think completing all the quests is mandatory for my OCD. It was a long time since I completed all the quests. Well, in Act 3, I guess I often complete all quests, but like... Oh, in Act 2 as well. Well, not this time. But like, I usually skip Bloodraven. It's been a long time since I did Bloodraven. You need magical javelins. I do have this pair of magical javelins. And I do have 2 warp runes, so I can repair them in a pinch, but... It would be so nice to have a level 15 Valkyrie right now, so I don't need to go and, you know, take care of the super weak, damaged, or like the one-off flayers all the time. Dodging poison dart. Ooh, ooh. I don't think we're making it down into the dungeon with without more resources. Okay, I'm gonna look at the map. So it's very likely that the dungeon is like down here and then to one either direction, because here is the border between the Great Marsh and the Flayer Jungle. And like, we've been up here, nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, actually, it could be a sneaky off in this direction and over here, but I find that a little bit unlikely. It's usually not that close to the lower Kurast, right? Can you name the quests without looking? The Den of Evil. I don't know the other one. So this is just called the Forgotten Tower. I think this is called the Sisterhood to the Slaughter. Sisters to the Slaughter. Close. Wasn't that a topic for one of Mr. Lama's trivias? Ooh, alright. I don't have any health potions. But if I can bring this elite down, he's, man, sneaky dodge. He's pretty likely to drop some. potions. Oof, perfect. I'm using so many javelins. Oh, and look at it. Look at here. Look here. And my whole body wants to run for it again. Even though I know how it went last time. Though to be fair, this time we don't have like half of the jungle on our tail when we reached this point where we died last time. Oh, nice. Now we have plenty of potions. Almost, yeah, we have a full column. Okay, let's see if I can skip just those poison immune ones. Right, love to see birds only. The problem with running past enemies is of course that I am kind of screwing myself of, you know, alternate strategies. For example, if I go into the Flayer Dungeon now and I run out of javelins completely or run out of potions completely, I can't really go somewhere else to farm because up here there is a lot of enemies alive still. Maybe I cleared out enough of them that I can make a run back, but probably not. Yeah, I do have a low resist one now. I don't think you can really break the Soul Killer's immunity with that, though I might be wrong. Should we do a test for science? I mean, I have limited charges, but... yeah, so you can see the Soul Killer doesn't actually lose poison immunity. Even with a level 2 lower resist. But it'll be very useful against, for example, Mephisto. Though someone pointed out that the duration is pretty low in Hell on a level 2 lower resist. So we'll see how useful it actually turns out being, but I'm sure we're gonna find a good use for all 20 of the charges and potentially even repair it, right? Come on, no, he's running away. Well, that one got poisoned anyway. Actually, I have basically no mana problems anymore. I'm still getting used to it, but like, casting a single Valkyrie used to be kind of expensive, but now you can see I'm regening back so quickly. I mean, I celebrated this ring at the time, but I really think it was a big deal to this character. Or that it is a big deal to this character. Probably bad luck to speak about myself or my character in past tense, right? Probably superstitious. Very slow and steady, this stream. Streamer, don't die. Thank you, I will keep that in mind. Level 2 lower resist. They have 110 poison res. Oh, and you still can't break that. Wow. When you lower the resistance of a immune monster, I believe the minus res works at 1/3 or 1/4 of effectiveness. Which is why it's hard to break them. Diablo 1 is also probably something I should go back, or I will play at some point during the... At some point on stream. Isn't it 1/5? Oh, even worse. Maybe it is. Yeah, now I'm seeing more reports of 1/5. Is this hardcore? No, this is not hardcore. This one is in softcore. Man, what a weird... What a very weird Flayer Jungle. I'm gonna run away and just see if I missed somewhere. It doesn't look it doesn't look like there's space for a place here. How long are we gonna run? And this is the Great Marsh. Oh, imagine if there's like a left turn here and then there's like a border and then it's over here. So we done explored the whole area when we didn't need to. Well, that's easy to say in hindsight. I'm just gonna check this side. It doesn't look like we have anything here. Only enemies. Actually, now I'm playing too aggressively. I don't need to skip so much because it seems to me like most of the enemies are not the poison immune type right now. Well, I say that and then I find one, but like one or two we can handle. Ooh, level 15 Valkyrie. Now I need to remember to not resummon it. Because a level 15 Valkyrie could save me a few javelin throws. Let's go javelin. Or Valkyrie, I mean. Javelin. Okay, she decided to not fight. Like now she's actually dealing damage, so now I can let her take care of like the 1 or 2 stragglers. I don't need to spend a full javelin on a single Flayer. That's very nice. Valk ain't no Emilio. That's very true. the usual spear accomplice is stronger, but we are definitely very thankful for the Valkyrie anyway, because imagine what it would look like without her. Yeah, there is no way I could have gotten Emilio, unfortunately, because Grace or Grease is not a mandatory NPC. We can be a Valkyrie build right now. I don't need to do anything. Level coming. Oh, true, actually. We started this stream with almost nothing on the experience bar, and we're already almost gotten a level. Well, I say already. We've been live for over an hour, but like we haven't cleared that much is what I'm getting at. And still we are almost 1 level up. So like a level per hour isn't quick, but a level from killing so few enemies is decent. Spittoon, you say? Have you? I mean, it's been a while since my inventory was so empty that I could just pick a spittoon up willy-nilly without having to rearrange my inventory. So like the potion supply is definitely getting lower. And this should definitely be our way forward. It needs to be in there, basically. Well, I guess maybe there's technically room for one more point of interest off of the main path. Go, go, Valkyrie. Okay, we can actually move, I think. No, that one doesn't want to give up. Maybe I can take care of him. Or it. Oh, perfect antidote. That's gonna be useful. Oh, the Valkyrie is under heavy fire. Now I have a level 12 Valkyrie again. And she's nowhere near as strong as my Peace Armor Valkyrie. Oof, intense. Before we go into the dungeon itself, we can take a little bit of a breather. To release some tension from the shoulders and also to see what you're saying. I regret drinking that potion. I'm so close to a level up. But it would suck so bad to die right now, so I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna try to not drink a mana potion though. One charged strike at a time. That didn't give me the level up, actually. This should do. Nice. I think it's a little bit too late for that, but I kind of wish I had gotten a stronger Valkyrie. But then I would have to do... I don't have the points to do it all, so... And I'm pretty happy with the charged strike backup attack as well.
I am overburdened.
I didn't mean to throw the arrows out.
I can't carry anymore.
What is the hardest challenge you have attempted? I think I have to give it to the one new rule every act. Because that turned out to be extremely challenging at the end. Which, funnily enough, never even turned into a full video. I only streamed it and then did an experiment where I posted it as a stream supercut. I forget if my Valkyrie is a level 15 one or if I summon this one on my own. She feels quite tanky, so I would guess that she is a level 15 one. If we die now, I'm gonna be so sad, because we've spent such a long time getting here from the lower Kurast. Still so many enemies that we need to get past somehow. Yeah, this is definitely a level 15 Valkyrie. No doubt about it. I'm not respecting the poison. But it gets a little bit tedious to try and avoid the poison all the time. Alright, I think we're gonna try and run for the dungeon. Try and skip the last remaining few. Okay, here we go. Right, let's take a quick break. Not break like I'm leaving computer, but before I keep playing. Thank you, Floppy Fox, for the Prime sub. 3 months. I appreciate the support. When do you know you're watching a Zarfen stream? When Mr. Streamer purposely turns up the challenge difficulty that even the character gives up and says I can't carry anymore. I'm tired of carrying your stupid content, says the Amazon. Keep up the good work. Safety TP, good call. Confidence at an all-time low, setting up safety portals. Just returned to this game after 20 years for the first time, thanks to you. Awesome. Hope you enjoy your return to Diablo 2. Just wanted to say I'm enjoying the latest video a lot. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for saying that. Good morning, Jeffr. Jeff-R. I'm tired, Grandpa. Yeah, that's too damn bad. We are going all the way to Bale. Honestly, a boason would be better. You drop arrows like candy. Yeah, at this point, having a bow-based Amazon would definitely be a lot easier with the restrictions. You need a two-hand spear. I do actually have a two-hand spear, and not any two-hand spear. I have a freaking Kelpie snare on Switch. So that is very helpful. And we have whipped that out a few times for when we run out of javelins, but also against bosses. Why did you choose the Amazon for this challenge? Because I wanted to play an Amazon and it seemed like it would be interesting. Yeah, that's basically it. Getting a great bow is really random though, absolutely. So we did have that in mind at some point, like maybe we can make an insight bow. But I think I found only one 4-socketed bow, and it was definitely a normal version, not an exceptional, or absolutely not an elite. Still hoping for 1 HP softcore one day, as prep for hardcore. Yeah, the last death in the 1 HP hardcore kind of took it out of me for a long time. But we'll return to it someday, I'm sure. Are you allowed doing cows? No, and I made this like mistake a few times already. It's not that cows are banned, but you need to be in town to summon the portal. Maybe we could allow that, but it turns out that you can't get to Tristram without speaking to Akara, because she needs to translate the scroll for you before you can even click on the stones. No, I'm not allowed to respec because it's not required to talk to Akara ever. Interesting for sure, but throwing stacks make things harder. Oh yeah, but I mean, if we were a paladin or a barbarian, we would have to deal with repairing our weapon. And like, if we were to do it with something like a sorceress using only magic spells, then it's not as interesting for me. If you do Diablo, now I'm scrolling up a bit just to see what kind of messages I missed. It's super cool that so many people are chatting, and I'm sorry that I miss 75 or more % of the messages. It's not personal. If you do Diablo 1, are you going to use Hellfire? I think I would start with plain old vanilla Diablo 1, since I know very little of the game. You still not have a replenished javelin? Nope. Oh, imagine if we get a D1 remaster. Yeah, that would be sick for the announcement. Just pointing out from earlier, it's not your first body drop, it's the most valuable. Oh, interesting, Corey. I didn't know it worked like that. I assumed it was the first one. Oh, very interesting. Hello, Mr. Loot Goblin. Off topic. Do you have any plans to play PD2 Season 13? No, unfortunately not. A lot of people ask me about Project Diablo 2, so I'm sure that eventually I will cave in and play it, but not now. That would be cool, but I'd be annoyed because I bought D1 on BNet like a month ago. Yeah. I mean, sorry to do this to you, madman, but if you're thinking about buying Diablo 1, I recommend that you buy it on GOG instead of Blizzard, because the launcher is better. I think you get all the versions, and it's, I forget exactly why, but there's something about compatibility or something. Like they sell a better version for cheaper than you can get at the Blizzard launcher. GOG. I don't know if it stands for anything or if it's just GOG. It runs fine on my PC, so well, in that case, you know, you're set. No problems. Good old games. But is it really called that though? Or is that just what people have decided it's called? Oh, I guess it is good old games. Lots of people are saying it in both chats. Well, a super good service they're providing with the games they sell. Do you still feel it's good to buy D2 LOD? Well, unless you really want the original experience, I would definitely get the Resurrected instead, but when you ask me if I think it's still good to buy D2 LOD, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Like, if you really want to play it, then of course. Yeah, Detour is an amazing remaster. Very good. Show him the original graphics. So I just want to preface that whenever I complain about the old graphics using the legacy mode in Detour, people are quick to point out that if you play the original game, it actually looks slightly better because this looks a bit more artificial, or like, yeah. So this doesn't look exactly like D2 LOD, but similar. How do I change back? Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. So beautiful. I wish Diablo 1 would get the D2R treatment. If they ever did a Diablo 1 remaster, do you think they would increase the move speed? I think that would change the game too much. But imagine releasing a video game in 2026 or later where you can only walk. 2026 gamers, including me, are not built for walking only gameplay, I think. Oh, the only reason to buy classic LOD is that allows you to play mods on multiplayer. Yeah, that's true, of course. Modding is, of course, like if you want to play Project Diablo 2, you can't do that with D2R. Yeah, that's true also, that it's not only about like Diablo 2 Resurrected looking different, but like modern monitors make old games look different compared to CRTs, absolutely. Alright, I guess we should play the game every now and then as well. I guess I'm feeling particularly chatty today. Zweihander. Oh, you can also do local or IP-based multiplayer. That's true. We don't have any non-BattleNet multiplayer capabilities in D2R. Which is a shame, because I had some interesting build ideas. Or no, sorry, I had some interesting video ideas that would be very easy to make if I could do like multiplayer with myself locally. And I mean, I guess I could do them online, but I have no characters and nothing online. Right, let's hope for a really short Flayer Dungeon. I mean, not very likely. Usually this place is so cramped with enemies, right? But at least we did find a lot of javelins right before we went in here. I need to get rid of one thing. I guess we can get rid of the TP. Like if I die and come back through the safety TP, I have another safety TP waiting for me. Though if I die, it's probably because I rushed ahead too aggressively. And if that's the case, I have like 0% chance to retrieve my body if I die among enemies. My gloves are broken, unfortunately. No, they are breaking, they're not broken. Still hoping for some javelin skills. A pair of gloves with the plus javelin and spear skills. Oh, if you die, it's probably because of a doll, and then the doll will be dead. That's true, if I die to a doll explosion, at least the doll that killed me will be gone. Oh, alright. So yeah, actually this is a very good place to use a safety portal. Because I might not be screwed if I die. Well, if I die I'll be screwed, but if Yeah. What am I even trying to say anymore?
I am overburdened.
Usually more than $1 though. Okay, what if we die on exactly the last doll on the entire floor? Then it's gonna be good. But yeah, that's true. Like, if I die and come back here gearless, and there's like 2 more dolls left, I'm super screwed because they are so fast. And hit pretty hard in hell. Thank you, Gald Mullet, for 3 months. Hello, Mr. Hobo. Hello, hello. Thank you for the support. Hello from Poland. Hello to Poland. Walking is part of the atmosphere. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's part of the atmosphere, and it's also part of the game balance. So like, I don't think they can remake, or they can't remaster Diablo 1 and remove, and you know, add running. Maybe they will do a full-on remake instead of a remaster. Diablo 1 remake. Who's full of opium now, huh? Well, we did get StarCraft 1 remastered, right? Though I guess that is mainly about the competitive scene. I actually wonder if I don't think there's many people who actually play Diablo 1. I know you exist. I'm not saying that no one is playing it, but I would think that there's very few people who actively play Diablo 1. Ooh, beautiful floor 1. I mean, this still took us, I mean, even if I don't count the time where I stood completely still, this took us a good 10 minutes, right? To turn one corner. Oh boy. I did last week. Nice. I played it a bit for a period. Hello from Poland too. Well, hello to Poland 3. Would watch your D1 streams. Yeah, I think Diablo 1 is the type of game that would be very fun to stream as a one-off playthrough. Not necessarily a challenge, but a playthrough. Alright, still not any poison immunes. Well, now I jinxed it, but like dolls are poison immune. Are the ghost type enemies that spawn in this dungeon, are they poison immune? It feels to me like they are for some reason. Or maybe it's that the ghosts themselves are kind of a green color. Man, poison sucks. Well, at least that poison doesn't last very long. Aren't they lightning immune? Maybe. They surely are poison physical immune though. How long are we streaming for? Another 2 hours, maybe 2.5. It also depends on when a good stopping point is, because this character isn't like if we're in the middle of an area, I kind of wanna finish it, but ideally I would be done slightly before 4 my time today, but we'll see. But at least another 2 hours.
I am overburdened.
And who knows, maybe we'll even go into the sewers by then. Alright. Not as short of a second floor, but at least not that many enemies actually. Like a little bit surprising with the lack of enemies, because this place can really Can't speak today. This place can really be like filled to the brim with players and ghosts and
Overburdened. I am overburdened.
dolls. Actually, let's do it like that, then I have a little bit more space. Do we have a rhyme? Yeah, we do. Still clinging on to those runes, hoping to make something. Ooh. I mean, I could certainly use a few upgrades, but it's so unlikely that we get exactly the right rune and exactly the right socketed base for one of the sweet rune words. Okay, here we go, a big pack. This was more what I imagined, like that room. Okay, we are down to our last 90 javelins, but that's probably plenty. And if we can find a single stack of arrows, we can craft even more. Heavy crossbow, huh?
I am overburdened.
Heavy crossbow, is that like hell clack? We need to know. Even though it's very unlikely that I'll use a... Oh, heavy crossbow. I don't think it's hell clap. Isn't that a smaller one? Maybe it's something with fire or hell. Hellcast. Hold on. Fires explosive arrows. Hold on. That is abysmal damage. But it is damage. Okay, well, thank you for giving me that exploding arrow build copium, even if for 1 second. Ooh, lucky 88 out of 90 stack. Well, now we have... now I definitely think we have enough javelins to finish the dungeon. Do you see what moving, like, what progressing at 1 mile per hour does to a man? Have anyone ever given such, like, so much spotlight to Hellcast? Look, it's an item, and it's unique, and it has abilities. Exciting times. Bring the pylum, or are they depleted? They are depleted, but I could repair them, but with 88 and 80, I think I'll leave them. I've been racking my brain out trying to think what kind of item an earth spirit is. Yeah, it is a druid pelt, a druid helm. Pepsi Max. It does look good visually, yeah, that's true. Speaking of things that that Resurrected did great, like that we actually have unique sprites for some of the weapons. It didn't used to be like that at all, and a lot of items looked very weak and, you know, weird in the original Diablo 2. Like, the biggest crime against the barbarian is not that he is so gear dependent, it is that So many of the axes in the original Diablo 2 looked comically small in the barbarian's hands. Like if you put a berserker axe on a barbarian, he didn't look badass at all. He looked like, I don't know, like he was holding a toy axe. Ooh, dodging. Ooh, poison immune. Let's skip. Well, we still haven't completed the dungeon, but it's very rare to get trapped on the 3rd level. Like, there's not that many enemies. So I would be having to make some serious mistakes to die on this level. So I'm gonna say it a little bit preemptively. The Flayer Dungeon was nowhere near as bad as I feared it would be. Pretty sweet, actually. Well, especially considering how long it took us to get from the waypoint to the entrance. I'm happy with a nice and easy, like actual dungeon. A dead end, you say? Rude. They nerfed the size of the Giga Chad Barbarian. That's true, I guess. By making the weapons look bigger, they made the Barbarian look smaller. Do you think I should go here or here? My gut tells me straight ahead. And my nose tells me it's up here. Oh, actually, my nose tells me it's the other way. Right, very good on potions. I could cube some rejuves to save a little bit of space, but we're getting to the point where emptying my cube is such a pain in the ass. Oh, actually, I just remembered something. You can empty the cube like that, or mostly empty the cube. Forgot about that. And then remembered. Okay, here we go. Man, and soon I'm gonna have to carry another piece of Kalim with me as well. But we didn't get a single doll. So that's pretty nice, I guess. Right, my gut and my nose were wrong. You know what? I think we can run in and grab the quest item. Though I moved again too quickly after clicking on the... Okay, here we go. I decided to kill the witch doctor instead of running away because, you know, maybe he'll drop something. Some potions. Ooh, what a grind. What did I do for my... You know, when I started Hell at level 1 with an Amazon. Oh, actually, I guess that is technically not allowed, but I'll allow it this time. I didn't think. When I did... do you have to walk all the way back to Kurast? That's how I did it up until now, before. So really I should have done it, but, you know, let's move on. But when I played the Amazon that started Hell at level 1, I also played as a poison Amazon. And she was always constantly a bit under-leveled, even after getting started. But how did I beat the jungle? I don't remember what my backup attack was for that video. Oh, I know what it is. I allowed myself to use mercenary, so probably the mercenary. Can you throw the Kalim items on the ground without despawning? I think quest items never go away, but imagine this situation. I leave Kalim's eye and Kalim's brain here. I go into the sewers. I die. And thinking that, I'm never gonna get that body back. I hit escape, press save and exit, and then I lose the quest items and have to go back to the dungeons. So I don't think it's worth it to save 2 spaces. By the way, what do you think about the announcement to introduce a Warlock class into Diablo 4? I don't know enough about Diablo 2, or sorry, Diablo 4, to know if that would fit the universe. I was actually surprised to say... I was actually surprised to see that they were announcing a second class. Like, I saw they announced the Paladin before. But I was surprised to see that that they were bringing 2 classes. Because the last expansion only added this Spiritborn, right? I think it's called. I think D4 is beyond saving at this point. I haven't played any of the expansions or the new Paladin, but from what I hear, the game is getting better over time. Actually, I think I need to go for a toilet run and a Pepsi refill. But I wanted to hit the chests while I was passing through, anyway.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Wow, I'm really good on potions, actually. How good am I on javelins, though? Whoops, wrong button. 80... 90 plus 42, so 132. That should be fine. So I'm gonna go to the waypoint. And hope that I stay alive. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And then I'm gonna get a Pepsi. So like 5 minutes tops. Oh, hello, TTD. Hello, hello. Quest items are uniques in the game file, so I wouldn't be surprised if they despawn after 30 minutes. Oh, I mean, I believe you, but that would be crazy. All right, be right back. Hello. Overlay off. How long we streaming for? Another 2 hours approximately. Oh, I just saw you probably asked that a long time ago. Have you considered a no consumables run in Diablo 2? I've been seeing requests for no potions run pop up a lot recently. So maybe, no promises. Stopped playing to watch Zarfen dunk a Pepsi, run straight into coward. Thanks. No, yeah, I can relate. I look over at chat and do stupid things. I've seen some Diablo 3 versus Diablo 4 versus PoE 2 discussion in chat, and I don't know either of the games well enough to really weigh in. I don't even need a chat box to do stupid things. Okay, well, fair. It's not like I play perfectly off stream either. Thank you, Beefsteak, for the Prime sub. Thank you for your support. Are you playing any other games at the moment, Zarfen? I did buy Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. Like a darker, grittier Elder Scrolls, I think is a good description, like 2 weeks ago. And played it for like 6 hours. Really fun. I will continue playing that, but I haven't played it in like a week. Last year I played a little bit of Slay the Spire. For like a decent amount. I think I played like 50 or 60 hours in the end. That was fun. I streamed a Path of Exile 2 run through the campaign here on the channel.
I can't carry anymore.
I think that's it. I do play a little bit of Fortnite every now and then with a long-time friend that lives in another city, so it's like our way to play something casual while hanging out like remotely. I think that's it. I mean, I want to play more PoE 2. I want to play through Diablo 4 at least once, like the full story. I want to play some more Diablo 3. But it's hard for me to play other ARPGs in my own time, because then immediately my brain goes into challenge content mode. So I actually forgot about this, but I also, over the holidays, I downloaded the Torchlight 2 again and started playing. But like 5 minutes into the run, I was like, I wonder if you could beat Torchlight 2 with only your pet dealing damage. And then I was like, I stopped doing things with my character and let my pet do everything. And like, now I'm working, but I'm not recording. So I dropped it. And actually, one way I could play more games, more ARPGs, I mean, is to stream them, because then the pressure, I use the word pressure very lightly because I'm playing video games for a living after all, but then the pressure is lower, that it doesn't need to become anything else. But of course, I also don't want to go full like variety streamer, because you are presumably here for Diablo 2 challenges. But like trying a Diablo 1 run, like a full playthrough, could be a fun stream. But also, if I were to do other stuff on stream, I would probably have to stream more often, because 2 times a week, then it takes a really long time to get through a full run. Right? How do we feel about this sewer entrance? I guess we're getting forced down by enemies. Well, I guess any entrance is as good as another. Welcome, bro. Here to watch Hobo beat Bale into rethinking how big of a house he really needs. Yeah, his... Oh, what's the word? His house is really extravagant. And here we have people who have no place to live, and he's like having all that fancy ornament. Honestly, I watch the videos for the challenges. The stream I watch for your enjoyable presence too. Oh, nice to hear. Nice to hear. Hey JK, thank you for the super chat. Hey Zarfen, how did the knight manage to get an upvote? He read it. Oh boy. I saw you streaming before, JK. How did it go? With the... Are you still on the pebble magic in Elden Ring? Have you tried Varthos, Heir of the Throne? I've never even heard about it, TTD. Is it an ARPG? It went well. Now I'm shooting crystals instead. Which game cycle are you on? 2 or 3? Tyrael skill point is actually gettable. Yeah, I did sneak in the Tyrael skill points. You could argue that it is bending the rules. Cycle 3. Well, I have never played Elden Ring, but I watched a few streams. I lurked a couple, and then I were in the chat for one. So I don't know Elden Ring, but if you're only on cycle 3 now, you have a lot more to go, I guess. If there were 24 of them, and you were doing like a couple each cycle. Have you tried Lords of Volsen? Actually, I've never said that word out loud. Wolcen. I haven't tried it, but I heard it's really good. Oh yes, a very long time. Well, you have your work cut out for you. I mean, I'm still on the... I started this run. Granted, I only stream twice a week. And, you know, sometimes I disappear. But I started this in November, I think. And this is still the same game cycle. Yes, it's an ARPG, but it's only one life. Ooh. You know, I don't work well with hardcore. Your brain has been rewired to challenges. Yep, true, true. I think the D4 campaign is very good by Diablo standards. I mean, for the story, although too easy in my opinion. Yeah, I think a problem that I have with modern ARPGs is that in some ways they are too easy, at least the campaign. Like, I find that in Diablo 2, at least after normal, depending on your skill choices and your build, you can get completely stuck, right? But I find in most recent ARPGs, when you fail, you are slowed down. I mean, Path of Exile 2 can be pretty hard. Especially the early access releases. Well, look at me procrastinating, not wanting to go into the sewers. it's not only that I'm feeling particularly chatty today, but I also don't want to go into the sewers and see all the mummies, the cadavers, the dolls, who are all poison immune. All right, let's go. Oh, Grim Dawn. Yeah, if I were to... I mean, Grim Dawn is definitely on the short list of ARPGs I should try. I've never tried it at all. But I know the Nuclear Rabbit streamed it probably several months ago now. And he really enjoyed it, and I trust his judgment as a fellow Diablo 2 endless playthrougher. Okay, so the skeletons are actually not poison immune. Those are the good news. And we haven't seen any dolls yet, which is also good news.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, but they are lightning immune though. Grim Dawn is amazing. Yeah, it is, a lot of people swear by it, and I was looking at this the Steam page. Wow, I can't believe I blanked on Steam. But I looked at the Steam page, and it has absolutely crazy positive reviews. I will say though that I think it looks a little bit messy. Like, I'm not in love with art style. Oh, actually, the mummies aren't poison immune either. These are, though. And since it was an elite pack, I'm gonna drag them back before I fight them. I'm really hoping to trigger a level 15 Valkyrie. But, you know, it'll happen when it happens. Actually, I might kill the elite before I summon it, and I did. Oh, here we go. Now I have a level 15 Valkyrie. I'm gonna throw one javelin to get rid of the skeleton. The bad news... Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, the bad news is that the Valkyrie is poisoned currently. But I resummoned her. Is this a bugged enemy? It doesn't attack, but it also... I mean... Okay, now it takes damage. That was very strange. Okay, let's save some mana and let Valk take care of it. Tyrael requires you to talk to Isol, though. Actually not. You don't need to speak to Isol, you just need to kill the demon that holds Isol's soul. And then you can talk to Tyrael. So you actually don't need to speak to Isol. It is still, you know, bending the rules, but I think that's once fine. Hey y'all, didn't you already do this challenge? Still the same playthrough, my guy. We're still on the same playthrough. Oh, actually, someone asked me before, did I see Mr. Llama doing gambled items only? I saw that he started it. I lurked his stream for like 20 minutes. But I haven't followed the challenge. But then I saw a notification, like, finishing up the gambled only run, like, a few days later. So, I mean, his playthrough speed is on another level, for sure. But yes, I did see that he did at least start the gambled only run. So for those who feel betrayed that I abandoned the gambled only run without proper notice, you can watch it over there on Mr. Llama SC's channel. Actually, I keep forgetting that I actually have this one. This is also a mana saver. I mean, 31% chance to hit, but... And I mean, I do have Impale, which always hits, but 40% chance of losing durability with every poke. Better save that for bosses. Oh, actually, we never killed that mummy. You know, let's see if we can run. I mean, so far, the only scary enemy I've seen are the feeders, the mosquitoes. And that's only because they are so quick. But like, as long as the skeletons aren't completely clogging up the way, maybe I can run past them. Oh. People in the chat, what does it mean when I find the golden chest in a tile like this? What does that mean for level 2? I don't know. I probably only need one jewel. It's only for crafting. How am I gonna fit this maiden spear in my inventory? Horizontally. Time to juggle dropped items. No. Oh yeah, I saw Mr. Llama. I watched Mr. Llama's no healing run. Crazy challenge. I also watched him stream that for a bit with a sorceress. And it looked extremely difficult. And also very like challenge-y. Like so much resource management, like risk-reward decisions to make constantly. It was a cool video. Cool to see him get into some challenges. Alright, I would never have guessed that this is where it would be, but it worked out. To be fair, it was a little bit of a funky tile. It went like rip, and almost looped back around. So like one of the instances that where maybe if I knew how to read the map better, I would actually have fooled myself to go the wrong way. Because if I was looking for a tile oriented like this, I would have gone way over here, I think. Another spear. Okay, I have 45 and 5 and 90. Maybe I don't need more javelins right now. The whole comment section was calling him Mr. Zarfen SC. Alright, that's kind of funny. Wait, you missed super chest level 2. Is there a super chest on level 2?
impossible.
Okay. Why am I saving everything? Why do I have Shale, Fal, Co? If we do it like that, and then toot toot toot. We're still a few inventory slots short. Feels a little bit crazy to be drinking potions to carry a big dumb spear around with me, but if we need potions, we still have lots of chests in lower Kurast that are unopened, right? Yeah, helmet rune words, Shale IO. If I had an IO rune, I would definitely keep that for a 3-socketed helm, like Shale IO Tal, maybe, because poison can be problematic. But I think an IO rune, and that's what's so difficult for me as a loot hoarder, a loot goblin, is that, I mean, you can't really count on finding an IO rune. It's not extremely rare, but I don't think you can count on finding an IO rune on every playthrough unless you grind the countess specifically for that.
I am overburdened.
But it's so hard for me because not only for like the character, but also like for content, like wouldn't it be sweet to make another impactful rune word this run? Like I'm thinking at the back of my head. So then I don't want to get rid of the runes, but realistically the piece can never go. So maybe the Co can go, because what am I gonna make with a Co rune if I'm not gonna make Hustle? That is realistic. Same with the Hell rune. I think it's too much of a pipe dream. Of course, you know that if I throw them away, I'm gonna find exactly what I need, but that's life. If we never had to make any difficult decisions regarding inventory, it wouldn't be much of a challenge. I think if you grind weapon racks, you can make obedience. Yeah, I could grind weapon racks. But I also need a Fal rune, that's the main issue. And I honestly don't know, would I rather have obedience than Kelpie Snare? I mean, I could have both, but having two, like, backup spears feels like a bit much. Actually, I didn't make a deal out of it at all. But didn't we get a crazy lucky sewers? A super easy sewers. Yeah, exactly. Two times 4 items is a lot of inventory space. Yeah, I mean, even carrying this around temporarily really hurts. It is like 20% of my inventory, not counting the cube, I guess. Yeah, that was a great sewers map, and you still got the super chest. Oh, true. Yeah, I got a... Yeah, that's true. Not only did I find the next level quickly, I also got the golden chest. And no dolls. And not very many enemies in general, so... I think I couldn't have asked for much of a better map for the sewers. So now we'll see if like my prediction was right, that I said before that I was a little bit worried about the sewers and the Flayer Dungeon, but not so much about Travincal. Face Blade.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
scrolls, but I mean, and I can't equip it, so sorry, loot dopaminers. I'm not gonna ID it. But the faceblade, it's interesting because it is indestructible inherently, so it would be a forever weapon.
I can't carry anymore.
Well, you're halfway through hell now, so how many hours left? Yeah, I mean, different parts of the game definitely takes a different amount of time. But I find that also for me, if an act is pretty easy, I tend to like fill out the game time anyway by doing like side quests or side grinds or just playing very slowly. Like we've had some stream challenges where I haven't made it out of Act 1 in a full stream. Well, those are the extreme cases, like the crafting only run, where we had to beat Act 1 with only our fists against Vandariel. But like I often spend a couple of hours at least on every act, even though you probably don't need to in normal. But I would say that I find that it is very likely that I will try to run through a lot of Act 4, because it is kind of difficult and there's very little reward for actually going through and killing all the enemies. If we can get Isuel killed, that would be nice. But then the Chaos Sanctuary is probably gonna take some time, and then Act 5 is also probably gonna take a while. So I would say that there are at least 2 streams left after this one. Maybe more if we struggle at the end. Actually, yeah, probably more than 2 streams, because anytime I run out of resources in like Act 4, I'm gonna have to go back and farm, because there's no good like potion grinding spots in Act 4. In Act 5 we could probably go to farm Eldritch for a while or something. Right, that's a lot of blizzards. Can I summon a strong Valk? Not with 34% chance to hit and a 2% chance to summon her, I can't. Well, we're not in a hurry, I guess. Hi Zarfen, can't watch the whole stream live, but wanted to drop in and say thanks for all the D2 content. Good luck. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the good luck and for the kind words. Do you need to talk to Tyrael in order to get the skill points? You do, but you also need to speak to Tyrael to go to Act 5. So, unfortunately, you are required to speak to Isuel. No, to Tyrael. And if I accidentally happen to kill Isuel during the act, I can hardly help that, right? Even with 66 cold rest, they are kind of hurting a lot. Actually, let me summon a distraction. Oh, nice. Well, let me make sure. Oh, it's an elite Hierophant. Can't see them. Oh, there they are. Seed Killer. Oh, there's a ledge here. I was like, why can't I get up there? We're down to our last 90 javelins. But I did also find a stack of arrows, so we have another in the making. 49, low roll, but we got an 88 roll on the quantity last time, so can't complain too much. And actually, it makes sense to use the lower stack first, right? Because then we could potentially save space. I guess it doesn't matter because you can stack them, actually, so never mind. Looks like we won't finish this stream, sadly. Well, we will finish the stream, but we might not finish Act 3. Actually, I think we'll finish Act 3. I believe. Another elite. Well, eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed that I just ran out of health potions, so there might be some slight preparation before we take on Travancore. Ooh, Ice Blink. Ethereal Ice Blink. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. But it's good that the Ice Blink dropped, because that made me realize that I have left tons of stuff over here. Oh, I haven't. Why does my inventory feel so barren all of a sudden? We're almost level 71. Well, in a bar and a half, I guess. Okay, let's try to clear out all the chaff before the High Council, and then we go farm for potions. There should be lots of chests left over in the Kurast areas. I guess my lightning resistance is negative, so maybe it's not their... It wasn't their blizzard that hurt, it was their lightning. Ooh, and no enemies here, that's very good. Because I'm thinking, oh, they all spawned inside. Is that better or worse for me? I guess it's better, but like... Okay, so one spawned outside. 2 potions. Maybe I don't need to... Ooh, did you see that elite pack of vampires? Funny that they didn't notice me. I was thinking that we could wear them down with poison from down here, but actually they might out-heal each other quicker than I can damage them, but... maybe they won't think of it. Oh, they did. Okay, let's see if I can lure a couple of them out. Ooh, that's a lot of enemies. That's fine though. I don't find the Zealot and Hierophants to be particularly scary. More annoying. Like the Hierophants casting spells at me is definitely dangerous, but like I find the likelihood that I'm gonna die to them quite low. I'm trying so hard to save one javelin. I could use the jab actually. I don't need to use the basic attack only. He's healed back up to full. That is a lot of Hydras. Ah, he's healed again. Okay, let's go and grab some potions. Yeah, exactly. They don't regen while they are poisoned, but they can be healed by others, unfortunately. Otherwise, poison is very good in hell for that reason. Open wounds too. I think we're gonna grab a few potions, then I think we'll try to lure them out instead. I think even though they are trapped like that, trying to take down all of them while they're just standing so close, they're gonna heal each other too much. Trying so hard to summon a high-level Valkyrie. Oh, those chests are opened already. Alright, nice. Now we should have about one column. Well, with actually one more and then we'll have a full column. Actually two more because I was damaged. There is a pole arm, right? Yep. Not a spear. Actually, I need 3 more potions. Maybe I did need to be a little bit more careful when farming for potions. I don't spend the potions that I'm trying to farm. Oh, well, hindsight is 2020, but I could potentially have skipped healing and then tried to level up instead for that heal. He's gonna drop 3 super healing potions. Okay, he's gonna drop 1 super healing potion. Soul Venom the Dead. Oh, he dropped 4 healing potions. Well, I don't mind a few extra. Alright, let's go and take down the High Council. Are we on players 1? We're on players... or is player 7? We're on players 1. Yeah, if you could heal the Valkyrie, that would be super useful in this very specific circumstance. Fully fueled with Pepsi, let's go. I'm trying so hard because we saw a pack of elite what are they called? Vampires somewhere here. So I'm being cautious to not wake them up because they have high life and high poison res. But maybe we need to. But let's see if I can bring just a few of the council members with me. Because then I think we can easily wear them down. And I can basically spam Valkyrie now. He's awfully defensive all of a sudden. Okay, here he comes. Let me actually poke him once to slow him down. Last stack of jabs. I guess I shouldn't stand so close. I don't need to get hit by the cold enchanted unnecessarily. And there we go. Oh, and he dropped the flail too. Actually, I think someone told me that it's always the first one you kill that drops the flail. Well, it doesn't help to get the flail early, because I think we need to clear the place out. I don't think we can do any shenanigans where we, you know, skip some council members and hit the orb. Well, maybe we can skip a couple of them, but... It's definitely not enough to only have the will, Kalim's will. Alright, 2 or 3 is the perfect number to await, I think. Maybe 2, especially if one of them's one of the elites. Ooh, multi-shot. Both of the elites we've killed so far have been multi-shot and cold enchanted. Nice. Slowly but surely. Now the Durance of Hate can of course also be a huge pain in the ass because you can get the dolls there too. But I was hoping that we can run. And if we need to fight, maybe use doorways to our advantage. Ooh, I can't believe those vampires have not been aggroed by me yet. Like, I've seen them on my screen a few times. Ooh, level 15 Valkyrie, nice. Well, she might actually die because she got cursed by Ismail Vile Hand. Oh, it looks like she'll survive.
Skatsim's reign is renewed.
Oh, did we kill all the elites? I guess so. Oh, and we leveled up too. I did not expect even more zealots in there. They're still not aggroing on me. Very lucky, because I have moved closer than I meant to a few times, because I forget about them. Let's see if they can... Okay, I guess I'll take one down first. I think I could probably run up and hit the orb now, but I need to get some potions, I think, before I go into the actual dungeon. So I don't really think I'm gonna try and rush. Rather have a open entrance. Oh, no time to relax. Even though this is particularly slow-paced. There should be a couple more, I think. Oh, actually more than I thought. Almost screwed myself over there. Amulet. Believe. Well, it's gonna be a tough sell to replace this, but... +2 to Valkyrie. 12 to all resistances. 12 is a lot less than 26. But FCR also helps to recast the Valkyrie. I guess we are hot swapping amulets. Or like I get higher evade, avoid and dodge. I get higher penetrate. I don't have any pierce right now. I don't think it matters that much if my self-summoned Valkyrie is level 4 or level 6, unfortunately. Cool amulet, but... cool amulet, but I'm not sure we're gonna be able to use it.
Good day to you, partner.
How did my Valkyrie end up here? Alright, let's go and grab a few potions and then we'll just go into the Durance. It kind of does, she gets better gear on higher levels. Also, hello Barry. Absolutely. But do you think there's a big difference between level 4 and level 6? I mean, the only times she's staying alive is when
I shall purge
we
this
have the
land of
level
shadow.
15 one. Let's try and get a high level one. Poke, 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 poke. Oh, my Valkyrie has a spear with chance to cast the Firebolt, I think. Yeah, look at her go. I'm not sure why I didn't think about going back to Act 1 to grind for potions before. Cold enchanted, okay, so I'm not gonna die too close to that elite. Ooh,
I am overburdened.
that's a javelin. I don't mind that it's a low quality short spear, or a damaged short spear.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
I actually don't think that having a level 15 Valkyrie is gonna be that big of a deal, because in the Durance of Hate, if I'm gonna try to not fight
I
everyone,
am overburdened.
I probably need to recast the Valkyrie often anyway, right? Yeah, the breakpoints still matter because at level 8 she gets a lance. Yeah, I know that she gets better gear the higher her level is. But the question was, does it matter if I cast her at level 4 or level 6? And of course, she's stronger. She's objectively stronger, but like, is it worth gear swapping for that? Oh, I have lots of full rejuves though.
I am overburdened.
Maybe the run past everything dream is alive. I'm gonna use up the short spear first because the javelins are stackable. Oh, hello. Ethereal short spear.
I can't carry
An
anymore.
item with no downsides in this particular. Run. Actually, passive and magic skills boosts evade. So if I run, maybe that's good to have. If I'm
I
gonna
can't
run
carry
through the
anymore.
endurance. I'm saying that I'm gonna run through the endurance so much. Watch me get stuck immediately with, like, inside of the door. Whoops. Yeah, I started to play with miss indicators, so when I attack and there's a small X popping up, that means I missed the attack. I wasn't a big fan of that at first, but I think it can be nice for the stream. Oh, now finally they wake up, but now it's too late. Puke Crow the Witch. It's a bit early for a safety TP. Oh, have you ever seen a more beautiful Durance of Hate level 1? In hell, no less. Can we go 2 for 2? And I guess on level 2, the waypoint is to the left and the level 3 is straight ahead. I still haven't encountered a single enemy, okay. As I said that. But I don't mind maulers at all, because we are a hit and run coward. And Plague Javelin does perfectly decent damage. Well, I can't not pick up full rejuves, right?
It's locked.
At some point, maybe I don't even need to carry mana potions in my belt at all. Like, I'm not using mana potions very often at all anymore, right? So maybe I don't need any mana potions in my belt. That sounds crazy, but it might be the case here. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back so I can look at my map, because it looks a bit weird. Like, the entrance was here, but then it has done a full loop around. So it feels like a level 3 could be in any direction almost. Ooh, ceremonial javelins, actually. Unfortunately, they are not magic,
I can't
which is a
carry
shame.
anymore.
+1. Have you ever seen someone repair a low quality item in the cube? I mean, 120 quantity +1 to skills. It's basically the best javelin we could hope for. Of course, my dream is to craft or find a magic ceremonial javelin or craft a pair and get some with replenish.
This lock. I can't carry anymore.
But how long can we wait for exactly that? It's probably fine to use a charge of lower resist on a unique monster pack like this, but it also feels unnecessary.
I am overburdened.
Very lucky that I didn't get poisoned there. I stood still for way too long.
I need a key.
Actually, what is the recipe for turning a low quality item into a normal quality item? Maybe we can scam the game by giving us free quantity that way. T-stroke drop incoming. I believe. I believe. We are doing Mephisto and soon, and if I'm not mistaken, Mephisto has a decent chance, relatively speaking, to drop Titans. Experience is still surprisingly good. It is really good. I will perhaps not say surprisingly, because we are only level 70. Oh, 71 actually. I guess this character is actually killing... Oh, I thought this was it. This character is actually killing more enemies than some others. Like, many of the barbarians at this point in the game that I play, they just leap and howl to get through to the bosses, because fighting is such a pain. But this one kind of has to fight. Well, I say as I run past everything. No, yeah, I agree. Yeah, the experience is good. Better than I expected. I am quite lost on how the map looks though. But of course, again, so lucky to find level 2 so quickly on level 1. And then on level 2 itself, there is no dolls still. Like, these enemies aren't super weak, but they are very slow, all of them. So like, I feel very confident running past them. Oh, and also thank you, Fat Bastard 69 for 20 for 3 months. I wish I was a skeleton magi. Thank you also to Inside Your Trunk for the Prime sub. Thank you for the support. Guys, thank you, thank you. This is a very strange map. Now I have given up on, you know, trying to decipher where I am going. I'm just running through all the doors and counting on the fact that eventually I will stumble upon the right way. Worst map. Yeah, it's an odd one. It's an odd one for sure. But I would take this map with no dolls any day of the week instead of a better one with dolls. I wonder if there is one more Pepsi in the fridge. Sort of a Zarfen rejuvenation potion. Okay, here we go. Do I go and look for the waypoint? With such slow and easy enemies again, I think it's safe to do so. You know, just in case I lose my body and get super stuck somewhere.
It's locked.
I could take this this pack of big guys down the first. Extra levels surely help. +3 to javelin skills. Not quite. Thank you for the super chat, Harku123. Will you do a -11 light radius challenge yet? I haven't done any light radius based run. What is significant about -11? Seems oddly specific. Is that the max it goes, like the biggest negative it goes? Okay, maybe let's not find the waypoint. I don't want to spend too long finding a waypoint that, if all goes well, I will never actually need. -10 is sufficient to see absolutely nothing. Okay, that is interesting. I always figured that light radius didn't really matter ever. Like, you would still see your character always, even with very negative numbers. But if it's actually like pitch black, then I'm kind of interested all of a sudden. It should be easy to set it up so like you can create, like, you make a hero editor charm or something to give you lots of minus light res, so you can do it from the very start. Well, I guess that's the only way to do it, because minus light radius isn't that common on items. There's only on some uniques and some rune words, I think. Alright. I should probably have given up on the find the waypoint, but I did it. And now I panic drank my last antidote and a full rejuve because I didn't know what to do. with some clarity, I should have taken the waypoint to a safe place and let the just let the poison run out. But hindsight is 2020, as they say. Ooh, okay, I am putting myself in some questionable situations for sure. Well, actually, 109 for ceremonial javelins. That's a bit more than I expected, but that might be worth it. Oh, door trap. Finally, the light radius challenge is on. I didn't say that, but it is sort of interesting to me for the first time. But though what people have been asking for a long time is a light radius only challenge. Alright, let's move on. There was a few more easy to kill maulers, but I felt cornered. Thank you, Peckert, for the super chat. That's about 1% of a commercial soda dispenser for your room. I like how you think. So are you looking for weapons or just trying to get through currently? I was simply trying to clear up the maulers because they give decent experience and I found them to be quite easy. Alright, super quick Pepsi break. Time me, 45 seconds max. 3, 2, 1, go. Time. Yeah, so with a commercial soda dispenser, we would have saved like 20 seconds. Yeah, you can get 3 sucketed helms from Nightmare Cows. Absolutely. Just installed the game the other day because of the streams. Nice. Hope you're enjoying it, Ben. 32 seconds, new record. New record! Apparently, Super Smash Bros. Melee was the first thing that came to mind. This looks like an absolutely dreadful pack to fight, but I don't wanna, you know, risk getting sandwiched between this pack and Brem Sparkfist, so we're gonna fight them. Maybe there is a bit of a difference to the Valkyrie. She feels stronger now compared to when I summoned her before, but it could also be that these types of enemies aren't as dangerous to her as like 30 Flayers spamming blowpipes at her in the jungle. Am I out of keys? Well, I sure wish I had kept those extra set of keys, right? From way back. So 109 required. Because let's think about it. If I had a magic pair of javelins with +1 to skills and a stat that were like 30 increased quantity, not that that exists, but if I had a magic pair of javelins that read like that, I would be super happy with them. And that is basically this one. Only that, you know, they are low quality. So I perceive them as worse, but I think I should definitely get to 109. And then let's dump it before a difficult fight. 900 life. Not used to seeing such numbers. We have that one too. Ethereal.
It's locked.
Kind of odd that the elite and like 2 of them followed me and the rest stayed here. Trying to keep to this side of the room so I don't aggro Brem Sparkfist and Co. It's interesting how the character's progressed. She's still struggling for resources, but for like different resources. It feels like in the late normal to through Nightmare, mana was the biggest bottleneck in damage output. Because a lot of enemies died from just one salvo of Plague Javelin. But now it's more javelins and like mana is basically unlimited. After watching your Necro Energy video, I'm convinced that you'll get Titans from Hellbale. Yeah, likely. I mean, on the quest kill in particular, Hellbale has such a crazy good loot table and often drops very cool items. Well, not often, but he can drop very cool items.
I can't carry anymore.
Especially on the quest kill. Which is funny, because if you don't intend to keep playing your character, that is useless. Here we go. +1 to skills. That skill point does a lot. Look, 9k, and without that I do only 7.5k. Wow, that is significant. What a damage increase from 1 more skill point. Maybe I should have tried harder to make lore after all. Or... Well, I guess I used the only soul rune to craft a stupid ring that I don't even have anymore. Oh, here we go, level 15 Valkyrie.
Good day to you, partner.
Thank you, Tintelicious, for the Prime sub. I appreciate the support. Gothic bow. This could be rolled with 4 sockets. Well, the Gothic bow is normal quality, I guess. Not normal quality, but you know what I mean. Lower resist wand. Yeah, I'm saving that for, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saving it for anymore. I guess we're using it against Mephisto. But like, I'm so used to every fight being a huge... No, I shouldn't have this... Okay. I made a mistake. I should not have summoned the Valkyrie because it was a Peace Valkyrie at level 15, and now I resummoned the lower version of her.
Good day to you,
Well,
partner.
easy mistake to make. Maybe actually we should use lower resist on Brem here.
It's off.
Okay, so not great duration, but not terrible either. Okay, that was a waste. The second cast of lower resist was a waste. But that it doesn't seem like it was that much shorter than 22 seconds.
I
Are we
can't
sure
carry
that
anymore.
curses get a duration penalty?
Good day to you, partner.
Thank you, Slip Wrench, for 3 months in a row. Good luck on... love the videos, man. Good luck on meth. Thank you. And thank you, Silk Turtoise. Turtos. How do you say that? Silk Turtoise. For the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the support. So everything's looking pretty great right now, except my glaring lack of health potions. Though I have so many full rejuves that I think I can try and go for meth. Magic spear on the ground? Ooh, you're right. I'll try to pick that up. And a pair of bolts, unfortunately not a pair of arrows. Well, I can't quite fit it in my inventory yet, but let's refresh the timer. I'm sure I'm gonna forget it, but it's fine. Oh, another one. Okay, I thought I cleared the last of them. I appreciate the nostalgic content, thank you. Oh, thank you, glad you do.
I need a key.
Ooh, nice. Okay, no, never mind. I thought I was gonna say nice. No vampires in this on this side, but there were. I just didn't see them at first. Key. Where?
It's locked.
He's stuck. Hey, there we go.
I
Ooh,
can't
harpoon.
carry anymore.
Ooh, 108 index. Oh, you're right, a key. And now we can open this chest. More javelins. Well, then I don't feel obligated to go for 118 dex. Well, I can't because I spent all my stat points now. And that's an empty one. Right, good shout with the key. That turned out to be a stack of javelins, which might save us in the future. I'm actually leaning towards moat tricking Mephisto. And if I do that, I don't actually need lower resistance, because it's only a matter of time. Well, I guess casting lower resist on Mephisto is basically saving us a bunch of javelin quantity, which might be worth.
I can't carry
Oh, a
anymore.
pylum as well. So many javelins. Don't even know where to put them all. Sorry, Korun. Sorry, Hailrune. Sorry, Hailrune. And sorry, Falrune. Actually, what if we find a Lem rune? But would I even use Treachery over Peace? I wouldn't, so let's say goodbye to that. Just throwing away Hail, Co, and Fall for a stack of Magic Pylum. I'll drop the mana and the antidote. I'll drop the mana, but not the antidote. Which rune do you want me to keep, Barry? You can pick one. Isn't heal used in the repair recipe? I don't think so. Korun, okay. Oh, is heal to repair? Okay, what's the recipe to repair with the heal rune? What's the jewel? It's a crap jewel for crafting, but I mean, at this rate, are we even gonna get to crafting? Why all the perfect gems for crafting? But what do you mean to repair? To repair how? I mean, you use Orp runes and Rel runes to repair. Alright, you know, I think it's not worth the potions to fight him fair and square. Ooh. I mean, that's good damage. Though we need to be careful, because I can't stay out of harm's way when I need to poison him. But I can run in when I need to poison him and then run back. Though this is with lower resists, so I have reduced his resistances to poison by 30 or whatever it is. 37 even. Using potions equals keeping runes. Yeah, that's true, I guess. Ooh, nice block or evade, I'm not sure which. They will remove the moat trick in 5 days. Imagine if that's the big update we're getting to Diablo. They made it so you can't shoot projectiles over the moat. That would be kind of funny. What is the highest ranked... Oh, wait, Zarfen is the highest ranked player in history. What do you mean by ranked? I am not ranked in any speedrun or anything. Actually, I could do that. I should have thought about that sooner. I can summon a Valkyrie when I need to run in to attack him. Coke can be used to upgrade weapons. Well, now I feel like you are very optimistic now. If you think we're gonna upgrade weapons. Isn't it like co-pal even? "13 charges left. Let's save those for Diablo. And yay!
Success. But still.
Ooh, shark skin
something not
boots.
right.
Those could be interesting. War axe. Rake scar. Lots of rares, but like nothing interesting except the shark skin boots. I wouldn't mind replacing these with some faster run walk boots, but they need to be faster run walk boots with some resistances, I think. Well, okay, this is literally what I asked for, but cold dress is the one that I don't really need more of. This is tough for me. This is very tough for me. I mean, I lose 36 or... Yeah, I'll lose 36 fire res. I'll gain 34 cold res. But I also gain movement speed, and I think that is actually putting it over the top for me, at least with 900 life. I mean, the move speed is gonna be super useful. I think so, unfortunately. Thank you, Hotspur, for everything. But now we are speedy boys. Zoom, 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 zoom. Let's see if there's any outrage in chat. I still call hacks. You need to manifest what you want. How else can the universe give you what you crave? Stygian Pike. Right now I am kind of full on javelins. So let's leave it. Pick up the Korun. It's here. The Soul Stone. Oh! You know what? I thought, well, you can just get a new Soul Stone from Deckard Cain, right? He gives you a Soul Stone if you forget it. But of course... I'm not allowed to speak to Deckard Cain. Whoops, I fumbled the Hellforge royally. Get it from Cain. That's illegal. Major fumble. Venom Lords, very poison resistant. I should probably go back to Act 1 to farm some health potions before I attempt this death run. But the movement speed has given me hubris. I am immortal. Nothing can stop me. No. I was literally gonna say no souls one time, please. Maybe we can grab the waypoint in the City of the Damned, and then we'll figure the mess out that we left for ourselves. Exactly like we did in Act 3, running to Kurast, and then like next stream Zarfen can figure that out, how to get back to the dungeon. Let's check the damage. It's fine. Actually, let's grab some potions from this elite.
I can't
Nom 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 nom. Oh, why did I drink that? I didn't need to. Whoops. Farming potions, then drinking potions for space. I think movement speed was the right choice. It feels great, and it is very good for keeping me safe, like getting out of sticky situations immediately. How likely, on a scale from 1 to 10, how likely is it to get souls in the Plains of Despair in Hell? Because we could consider going for Isuel in another game, hoping that we don't get souls. But it feels like souls are very common in Hell, in Plains of Despair. If you didn't see my face in the bottom corner, you'd think you had turned into a speedrunner stream the way I'm moving and schmoving through the act. That's a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. Though we are definitely going back for Isuel. Or are we... How much do we care about 2 more skill points in Charged Strike? I mean, I would definitely rather have them than not have them, but... Is it worth backtracking for? Two more in evade. I actually don't hate that, putting the points in evade instead. So I can run past even more. I'm gonna try my best to not throw the last one of this set of javelins, because I might actually be interested in repairing those. Poison archers, huh? I'm looking for a pack of elite enemies to get some potions. Well, not poison immune elites, but like Rakanishu. Is this a rare Stony Field map? Oh, I'm not in the Stony Fields actually, I'm in the Black Marsh, never mind. That's right, I went to the Stony Field, but then ran away as soon as I saw the poison immune masters. Okay, let's run back to the waypoint. To create a little peace and quiet, or like a little safety, and then we can chat about what to do. I could use a belt upgrade, but the threshold is kind of high. That's not it. You should wait when you're poisoned to not waste healing. Yeah, but I was so low though, so I didn't want to risk it, but you are right. Illegal skill points are the best skill points. When you repair Javelin, you should also need chipped gem. No, to repair quantity and durability, of course, but quantity also, you only need a rune. It's only for charges that you need a gem as well. So if I would like to replenish the lower resist charges, then I'd need a gem as well. Got Pepsi now? I do. That's why I'm in such a jolly mood, even though it's late in the stream. Den of Evil Elite. I think I could go to the Bloodmore, but going into the Den of Evil feels bad, because there's only one elite and he is often at the end. It's not a terrible idea or anything. Spittoon. But now I have so many jabs. Though they're all like half stacks, aren't they? 53 out of 60, so it's almost a full stack, but the stack size is small to begin with. 65 out of 75, 1 out of 120, 50 out of 90. It's alright. Should get Pepsi to sponsor you. I'd take that sponsorship in a heartbeat. Ooh. This can poison you, so I'm being careful to not get hit. Ooh.
I am overburdened.
Speaking of belt upgrades. Well, is it an upgrade? Over 50 life? Two mana after each kill is actually not bad. Nosferatu's Coil, but like the slow isn't that useful because I already have so much slow here. The attack speed isn't that useful because Plague Javelin has a timer. The 15 strength is not that useful. The lifesteal isn't that useful. What a sad day in Sanctuary when Tangerine Demon Hide Sash of the Colossus gets to stay over Nosferatu's Coil. I couldn't slow at a distance. That's true, but like slowing for 10%. I think IAS is good. I mean, it's not bad, but we are replacing 47 life. Don't you like a bow to trigger Valkyrie? It's so hard to carry around another item, but I did use it for a while. I mean, the 10 attack speed does help with like the initial animation when I throw something. Plus 12 slots though. Well, it is a demon hide sash, so it is actually the exceptional version, so it already has the max amount of slots. If it was a normal sash, I would make the swap instantly. Try it on to see how it feels. Let's see if we notice a difference in... Yeah, maybe the increased throw speed is noticeable. Maybe not. No, I don't think it's noticeable. Actually, I do have 20 attack speed on the gloves already. We're gonna donate the Nosferatu's coil. We're gonna put it in this house, so a future adventure that desperately goes into the house and looks for a item can find a Nosferatu's coil and be like, what? No way. Odd. "15 strength is 15 vitality, so it's like 35 life." Now that's not true, Barry, because I can't respec to make the change. That would only be true if I had exactly the amount of strength I needed, minus 15.
I am overburdened.
The charged strike is actually doing a decent job here in Act 1. Now that it's a much higher level. It's also pretty mana hungry, but I regen over time. Farm token of absolution.
I can't carry anymore.
Well, might be tricky to get that Bale essence. And I did leave the essence from Mephisto on the ground, but we did get an essence from the Mephisto kill actually. Yeah, that is true. With charged strike, the attack speed could be useful. But in any of the difficult fights, I will probably not be able to use that anyway. Oh, look, it's a friendly nearby town. Oh, I'm not allowed. What time do we have? 15:42. Well, I do have a full belt now, so we can try to do something more in Act 4. You don't need the Soul Stone, it will appear on the forge. Even if you don't have it in your inventory or your stash. Are you sure about that, Perry? Well, in that case, we can go and see if we can make it to the Hellforge in time.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, alright. Well, no worries about leaving the stone behind then. Let's see if we have good monster spawns in the River of Flame. Do you also go after Ubers in this run? No. Sorry to crush your hopes from the get-go. I once again resummoned my Peace Valkyrie with a low level one.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
So many potions. Let's juggle them. Is this the hardest challenge you've done so far? No, I wouldn't say so. It has been very slow for sure, since as soon as I run out of potions I need to go farm for them and, you know, farming for javelins. But I haven't really felt truly stuck that much. Ooh, poison immune maggots, but we could technically skip the maggots. The problem is that they spawn a bunch of small maggots. Well, the lightning damage seems okay against those. Though they do poison me, that I don't
can't
like.
carry anymore.
Yeah, this I do not like at all. Oop. Ooh, let's try and skip a big chunk of maggots. Oh, yikes, so many maggots. And I immediately got stuck. I guess I should take my death as a man, as punishment. Well... that actually cost me a fair bit of potions. Alright, I think that that's gonna be it for today. We can see if we get no poison immunes, we can give the Hellforge a try. Well, we did get poison immunes, and if I'm gonna fight through poison immunes, I need I need so much more time and space. You didn't see that. If we're gonna fight through poison immunes, we need so much more a time and space to grind through them. So I think we're gonna do that next time, because it's like 3:45, and I can't really go beyond 4 today, unfortunately. So this was one gear change we did today, and then the boots for run speed. Otherwise the gear looks kind of the same. I mean, the javelin is always changing. I guess we can go and grab a few more potions, so we can start next stream with some potions
I
up.
shall purge this land of the shadow.
Do you still have the lower resist wand? I do. I used it a little bit in Act 3, and I still have it here. As I said earlier on the stream, I will not stream next week at all, unfortunately. Just a heads up, so you know that I have not disappeared for a month again. It is planned this time. But the week after I'll be back and continue the hobo life. So there's gonna be some extra days before the next one. And now we'll find another cool unique. Yeah, imagine it's like a zombie pack in the same... basically the same spot. Well, I guess Nosferatu's coil could have helped us wear this. Not quite enough on its own, but... 30 max quantity. What a rip-off for a throwing weapon. Let's see if we can find 1 or 2 more elite packs. Over here there was one last time. No. Any uniques?
I need a key.
Just wanted to see if it was a 4-socket 40 all-res shield. Bonk, bonk, poke, poke, poke. Where are the like elites hiding? Oh, here they are. And here, they heard I was coming and tried to hide. They got word from the demons in Act 4. He died again, quickly. He's coming back for another potion run. Hide. I guess losing all of those cool rejuves wasn't great. Well, I didn't think that dying would be good for us in any way. We can fill up on health potions. These are not the potions you're looking for. So I'm keeping this around because I might want to repair it, even though it's low quality, because 120 quantity and +1 skills. Or I would probably rather repair this, I guess, with a gem. Though I guess I should start looking for a low gem. Alright. Do we need runes that bad? No, I think we should throw away the runes for more potions, realistically. But you know, the small chance that we get to make another cool rune word is ever present. Oh, you meant regarding the forge. Alright. Oh yeah, I think the Hellforge is cool. Oh no, don't throw the runs. Oh, the runes, my bad. I see what you're doing there. Zarf, are you pumped about the new update? I am interested in seeing what they'll announce. Titans 109 decks. Well, I guess, yeah, these are, we did put the strength in, or the decks in for these, and the Titans are ceremonial jabs, so we're covered on that one. Oh, hey, Cooley. A Zarfen stream, my life is complete. Terrible timing. I was just saying I was just wrapping up the run to go offline. So, next time, we are continuing into the River of Flame, maybe going back to kill Isuel. We'll see how it feels. But as I said, no stream next week, unfortunately, so it'll be a little over a week until we continue. But until then, take care, have a nice weekend, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Yeah. Bye.